Clock Tower 3. That's Tuesday. I'm gonna start that up Tuesday. And I've already loaded it up. It works fine on the emulator. I've got it running at widescreen. It looks great. So that is Tuesday. We'll continue Alan Wake remastered on Sunday. I think we're getting into chapter 4. We're halfway through that game, I think. Assuming if we don't do the DLCs. Unfortunately, Clock Tower 3 does not have any Scissormans in it, at least from what I understand, which makes me very sad. I love me some Scissormans. Okay, let's talk to these people. I told her everything that happened. She needed to know, and I thought it would be best if it came from me. It's strange to think back on the circumstances of our first meeting. We were all so very young, so foolish, so powerless. Aw, Flamen, that's her, Minfilia's adopted mom. In that moment she departed this realm for the first. I heard her speak to me. I know this to be true, just as I know that she will one day return to us. In those final moments she was smiling, was she not? She was proud and hopeful and looking to the future. So I will too, Ruslan. I will. Aww. I have been thinking, Ruslan, when time allows, we should go and pay a visit to Gabu with Alice. Though their time together was short, I know she felt a kinship with the young child. Gabu! No! I remember Gabu. Now I'm gonna cry again. Poor Gabu. This game gets you feeling sad for a kobold. Seriously. Too bad they didn't make one more Clock Tower game. Too bad. But, oh, I guess I was just so caught up in thinking about, well, everything, that I dozed off for a moment. Something's going on with Ida. Something's definitely going on with Ida. I know, and I streamed Nightcry, like, twice. My words, Ruslan, I must confess to some considerable amazement at the great trials and tribulations you and the others have recently overcame. I must again apologize for our prolonged absence, and for the fact that we have yet to answer your many questions. As for Ida, well, all things in time, I suppose. So Alphino, we all know he's got his mind made up. The Crystal Braves are no more. It's all over. Bam! You haven't got to go home, but you can't stay here. But Rio? He's not having it. He won't even let old Alfie finish. And there I was worried about how brief Papalymo on the many momentous events which we have borne witness to in recent memories. Little did I know I need only leave Hori to it. Nightcry is... I actually really like that game, but I actually really don't like that game. Yeah. Will we see Round Rocks again? Maybe. I don't know. It is not as though I do not enjoy the company of so many motivated youths. However, without Isildur around, I cannot help but feel somewhat isolated. He got carried away with his training, lest you wonder, and injured his back. Eliane has been looking after him ever since. It's a bit overwhelming, quite frankly, having spent so much time on the road, often by myself. Yet I will try to approach this as a learning experience, as I did my travels. Had I not kept an open mind, after all, I doubt I would have been able to master the ethereal blade. Nor would I have benefited from the rather pointed advice I received. There is no one path, as some are given to say, and there is wisdom in exploring every school of magic, as there is in exploration of all things. Okay, so that's because she was a summoner before, if you guys did not remember from the Trials of Bahamut. She was a summoner, and she is turned into a red mage, so... Unfortunately, I played Nightcry before I played the other Clock Tower games, so I wasn't able to appreciate a lot of the callbacks and Easter eggs, but I do appreciate them now. Who are these people? Oh, as if you wouldn't try to get rid of me at the first opportunity. Don't you drag me into this. But I have a precocious sibling too, and I'm sure she'd be happy to join us. No, this isn't happening. Ha ha ha, believe me, I know all too well the burden that is a precocious sibling. We should trade tales over a drink sometime, or perhaps even with the four of us. Oh no, hold on. Okay, so is this what I think is happening? Hoary Boulder and his brother are having a threesome with this chick, and now she wants to bring her sister in on it? What? BB10, close your eyes and cover your ears. I think this is what's happening here. And yes, the red mage is a new thing. It was added in Stormblood, so as a new job in Stormblood. So the fact that Elise has become a red mage, they kind of did that, you know, because it's a new a new class or a new job. All right. Rislin, just a hero I wanted to see. Would you mind doing me a small favor? I need you to meet me at the Diamond Forge. This won't take long, I promise. Alright, Diamond Forge it is. I have a red mage, see? Red mage. I look like Dracula. Well, you said I look like Dracula, but I do love this outfit. It looks very, well, vampire-ish. I love the, what do you call it? The fluff that's in front. I can't, like this thing. It's called an ascot, right? No. I can't remember. Whatever. Well, I am his adopted daughter. This is true. Sorry to drag you away from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Oh boy. Is she taking my measurements? Right, everyone. Ready to go to work? No squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Stojan, really? There, all finished. The Warrior of Light's every measurement from heroic head to intrepid toe. Well, wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Rislin. All in good time. Aha! I found you. Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but he seemed to think it was very important. Go on. We have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. These guys are like way into this. Way into this.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
He's like, is he gonna nominate himself?
Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention.
Sure it wasn't.
As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our number step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice. Though I concede she might struggle to balance her new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness, you're... Help! I need some help here!
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! God, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her!
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is. My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin.
Oh, that guy.
He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belthar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Lim-Salaminsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emmerich and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end.
Oh boy. I think we're going to war.
The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Oh boy. Alright. Well, time to go see Emmerich. And you know, I always love my time with Emmerich, so... We're not gonna get to be seeing very much of him in Stormblood. Sadly. So... Better enjoy it now! Better enjoy it now, because yeah, we're not gonna... we're not gonna be in Ishgard very much. No, it's not good. No. Greetings, warrior of light. What business brings you to Ishgard? I see. Wait here, I will summon Sir Emmerich. It is good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucia not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. Wine! He wants to drink wine with me! Anixia, stop! But to business, I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us, however, as the choice is not mine to make. Not mine alone, at any rate. Given the imminence of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly, but I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? I thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will require a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handerloop that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, Lord Commander. Rislin, pray accompany Lucia to the Gates of Judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury, speed you on your way. Alrighty. You know she cries like that when she's playing with her toys. I don't know why, but she plays with her toys and then she starts crying and meowing like that because I think she's having fun. But she doesn't understand, like she can't hear, so she doesn't understand that she's making this loud noise. If you have no other business in the city, join me at the Gates of Judgment. We must be ready to depart the instant the envoy arrives. Okay, Gates of Judgment. Oh, here we go. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Oh, okay. Not, I can see, that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. Be that as it may, I could not in good conscience make the decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's books of statutes. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. It's sad. It's so sad going into the Camp Dragonhead and Urshifan not being there. It makes me want to cry that he's not there anymore. Alright. I know. It makes me so sad. Oh, all right. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Rislin? You may see a familiar face. Arshelephant, stop! Emily. Rislin, old girl, how wonderful to see you. And Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe these unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchens at once, if you'll excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Anwa. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing to a to an Imperial. And thus we shall strengthen our patrols, as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Oh, we'll be seeing lots of garlic soon. Lots and lots of garlic. You better get those breath mints ready. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? You and me both, old girl. I doubt I'll ever feel worthy to sit where he sat. Yet we can but play the hand we're dealt, and with a little help from the veterans and Anawa's ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old girl. Off to Gridania with you. Yeah, at least he matured a little bit. Alright, to Gridania. He's right here. Never mind. Diplomatic duties have brought me here on several occasions, but I find that I am as enraptured by the Black Shroud's beauty now as when first I laid eyes upon it. I fear that this time, however, events shall not afford us the luxury of enjoying the splendor of the forest. Let's talk to these people. I bid welcome to our visitors from Ishgard. Okay. It seems so peaceful. One would scarce believe that Baelsar's wall and wretched Alamigo lie but a few short malms away. It seems we are to have an escort to the Lotus Stand. a pleasant place to discuss unpleasant matters, is it not? Yes, of course. 'Tis like that we are the last to arrive. Let us announce ourselves, shall we? Alright, Ethernet. We need to go to Conjurer's Guild. The envoy from Ishgard has arrived. Very good. This way, if you please. Ah, and the Levinson party as well. I had hoped to slip in unnoticed, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Rislin, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort. Lady Rislin, I was glad to hear from Riol that the missing scions have now been found. There is much and more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to the issue at hand, shall we? Yeah, no, not Nigiri. Although that's making me kind of hungry. I could certainly go for some nigiri.
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gir Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
She's not a cow! Stop it!
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force. And the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my...
Oops.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed?
She was just basically thanking them.
Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift. There is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defenses seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
Interesting. That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good. You have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich. Master Alfino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alice, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Rislin for serving as our escort before our duties called her away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. She's hiding behind that tree. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yukidi. I was most grateful for your interjection when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's pleas for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. The resulting air of awkwardness might have lingered longer were it not for your timely offer of cooperation, which allowed the Elder Seedseer to accept us both, a very much appreciated gesture. Or I very much appreciated the gesture. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for the opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions, my friends. We must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must these politicians always make such a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here is concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? One of my novels? I guess. Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Papalimo and Ida fared in their talks with the Sylphs. Not to mention what has been going on at Beelseller's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Oh, it's Rob. Well, yes, I do stream some visual novels every now and again, but yes, I like to voice act a little bit. I find it fun, even though I'm not the greatest at it. No. Definitely not. There's not no... Whatever. Never mind. Alright, where are we going? Speak with Alice at Revenant's Toll. No. There is a lot of reading in this game, though. A lot of reading. One might even say it's somewhat akin to a visual novel. I'm sure there is, but not Otome. Even now, I am astonished by how closely Mistress Alice resembles Master Alfino. Their mannerisms are alike. From a distance, I should be hard-pressed to tell one from the other. Until they open their mouths, of course. Of course. Welcome back, Rislin. I don't know how about you, but I am heartily glad that all of the talking is over. I understand that these council meetings are important, but do you not find it tiresome to have to weigh every word before you speak it? I doubt I will ever feel at home in the realm of politics. Is it a picture? Oh yeah. Why is it right on top of us? That said, people have been known to change, and if my brother is willing to run his own errands, anything is possible. Oh, that one? I have a thick chocobo. I actually have that one too. It's actually called... Let's see. It's actually called Fat Chocobo. See? Fat Chocobo. Playful described by some as large and in charge. In truth, when summoned, this gluttonous gourmand will flap nary a feather unless a garland of Yishal greens is dangled before him. In which case, not even the laws of nature can slow the Fat Chocobo down. I do have them. Oh boy. Well, as much as I enjoy the bustle of the toll, I think it's time we headed inside. My brother and the others will not be long. Oh boy. Oh boy. Ah, you were returned from the council. But what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention? Mine apologies, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl, how's Nago doing? She will be all right, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Totaro is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough if there's any change in her condition. Her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap you should share with us the Council's decision. Each of the nations, Ishgard included, has committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the Council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you cannot seriously. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there were some way to reach the Griffin, some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. Marty doesn't voice act. He doesn't. Not at all. It may not be entirely unfeasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Baelsar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all are in agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About as familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want. I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you would have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What of you, Liviers? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should matters take a turn for the worse, it would seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Rislin? Gridania will be safer for your presence, and, while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask that you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on messages and so on? Oh boy. To hold the fort, you mean? Very well. I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. Poor Alice. She just wants to be in the thick of it, and he's just like, hold the fort. Alright, let's see. If you have any unfinished business in the toll, pray attend to it now. I would depart for the Hawthorne Hut without delay. The nearby watchtower offers an unobstructed view of Baelsar's wall, and I would be interested to speak to the Alliance commanders who have installed themselves at its top. Alright, alright. Let's go talk to everybody here first, though. I suspect Tataru would have little trouble facilitating communication between our forces under normal circumstances, but I concede she has her hands full nursing that resistance fighter back to health. No matter, my turn in the field will come. Yes, it will, Alice, don't worry. Tataru and Kryl took that resistance fighter to more private chambers than she might recuperate in peace. The poor girl was in quite a state, wasn't she? Uh-oh. Uh-oh! I gotta find out what's going on with these people. Oh, I gotta find out what's going on with Hori and his brother and all of their... Oh, man. I believe she said her name was Minago. Her cause appeared to have been genuine, but I must confess to feeling no small degree of trepidation, even as I stepped aside. Oh, boy. We were all surprised at our sudden visitor, but Hori was able to gauge the situation at a glance. He realized the Mikote posed no immediate threat and permitted her to enter. But that didn't mean he wasn't alert for some manner of trap. Ah, yes, mayhap the Elder is the finer man after all. Oh, I guess they're actually talking about stuff and not dealing with their foursome. Mistress Kryl and Archonish Tola are truly exceptional healers, and it was an honor to witness their ministrations firsthand. If only I could tend to my brother's battle hurts with such proficiency. Aye, I have much study ahead of me. We have some training in the healing arts, so we shall take turns with Mistress Kryl in caring for her patient. Aker, in particular, seems rather eager to learn from the experience. Even when casting the same incantation, the mastery of each practitioner greatly affects the efficacy, that's it, efficacy, of the spell. A principle that was aptly demonstrated to our two young mages here. Okay, well, I guess they're actually doing work. I may perhaps have exaggerated my standing with the resistance a little, but I am confident that I have a reasonable chance of putting a stop to this madness before events spiral out of control. Yes, fair to middling at the least. All I'm saying is that it wouldn't be the worst thing if we ended up joining the Griffins' fight against the Empire. I mean, it's going to happen sooner or later, isn't it? My fellow shinobi required little encouragement to take their place amongst the Alliance forces massing in Gridania. They are most eager to cross blades with the armies of Garlemald once more. I am no ninja, but I did spend some few moons in the Charlian homeland learning how to move unseen. Between Yugiri and myself, my humble self, Ida and Papalymo will be well protected. Okay, Thancred. Alright, who am I talking to? I have to go to Alpha now. Hold on. I'm gonna pull up the MSQ list. Just to give us an idea. Don't tell me I'm cheating. I'm not cheating. Let's see here. 3.5. So 1. What? Oh, okay. Oh, actually, we might. If this goes the way I think we might actually be in Stormblood. We'll see. We'll see. All right. What? No, I don't want to be that. Alright, I'll just go back. Ah, Rislin, there you are. Come, Amare Sai's fires awaits. The Alliance officers on the platform should be able to apprise us of any developments at the wall. Fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed. I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you have need of divine protection, even if you are venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the Griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment ago, you seemed ready to shake the Griffin by the hand, rather than the neck. So which is it to be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter into negotiations. Trust me, Papalymo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part I leave to you. Poor Papalymo. I think I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our Alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Alright, to the spire it is. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Greetings, my friend. 'Tis good to see you both well. I know it is kind of like me. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here, see, and the sight of you might help remind him why we bothered. Hey, it's Hilda. If memory serves, I have not seen many of you since the day of the Grand Melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say what an honor it is to stand by at your side. It is heartening indeed to see the realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Uh-oh. That looks like a fire. Report? Alright, no, it's report. What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken out on top of the wall. A full-scale assault. So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has. And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible. I gave no such order. Of course. The wall was never the Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending weight to his deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire will surely think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Uh-oh. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could then incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Rizlan, we must make for the wall at once. What? Just the 2 of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, aye, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin. And if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask that you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through the storm. I think we might be doing a dungeon here soon. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Or force action. I forgot action. Let this victory be the first step in the liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free, no matter the cost. Fuck, we're getting dragged into this war, aren't we? Somebody needs to put that guy down. From what Papalimo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straightaways for the tunnels and attempt to intercede our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask that you scale the wall. Know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way. The time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Make him see reason, by any means necessary. Once we are free of the tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will then swoop in and spirit us all away to safety. I only pray that we have enough time. Whew. Balsar's Wall now accessible. Alright, so I'm going to go to the bathroom real quick, and then we're going to queue up for this. And run this duty, this dungeon. Alright, let's do Balsar's Wall. I haven't done this one in a little while. Let's see. Dungeons. Look at that. I actually get some from itinerant Moogles. I get some tombstones. Okay, let's do it. I will get some tombstones for this. Okay. Oh wait, I actually might have a thing in my book for it too. Yes, Mooglies. No, Moogles. Be nice and talk to people. Let's see. Level 60. Yes! Yes, I will get a thing in my book for it. Okay, perfect, perfect, perfect. Oh, there's a newbie in here too. Woohoo! There's a sprout! He's getting... Yeah, Sprout, but this tank's running around. I don't know what the heck he's doing. Yeah, I would say, got your sunglasses, DD10, because you're gonna need them. From this point, well, it's just gonna be lots of holy spamming. Guy's not doing like full pulls. Oh, there he goes. Is he going anywhere? Yeah, he's going. Let's go. Security terminal. I actually like this dungeon theme. I don't know, I like the tinkling sound. It reminds me of another theme from somewhere. I don't know where, but it reminds me of something. I love the entire game soundtrack. There are very few tracks, very few themes that I don't like, so I'm kind of biased, I guess. You're gonna notice that the dungeons get a little more like they get a little more mechanics heavy as we get further into the game. And dynamic, I would like to say. There we go. Boy, alright. That boss wasn't that bad. Betting you were gonna wipe on the last boss though. I bet. Oh, treasure chest right there. Got a dancer and a monk, I think. Not sure if that's a lot of AoE. Not sure. I don't think I haven't played either of those classes yet. Still working on Black Mage. It seems the Garleans have like a shit ton of technology. Like a lot. Oh well, let's just go. Oh, okay, this is where I think we can't move. Or we blow up. Yeah, everybody except for me blew up. Oh my god. That was actually kind of funny. God. I wonder if all of these guys are new. Well, they can't be, because some of them are not Sprouts, so... Well, they could have boosted, so... get the, oh no, we didn't get the key. There we go. There he goes. All right. Please tell me you know who that is. Please tell me you know. Do you know who that is? Please tell me you know who that is. It's Ilberd. Guy who chopped off Ralban's arm. Spilling tea all over. No! I can't cut off his arm. Well, I'm gonna kill him. Remember, he has Nidog's eyes, too. I gotta get my saline. I'll be fine. Oh my god, that burns. Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh no, my eyes are watering. And no, it's not alcohol. It's just saline and honey to moisturize my sinus passages because they get really, really dry from my other sprays. And so I gotta moisturize them. And it's worse in the fall and winter because it's so dry. It's so dry. Oh, shit. Alright, I hope I can heal through these tears. I hope I can heal through tears. Yes, it does. It burns if your passages are raw and very dry. It burns. And mine are really dry. He's trying to, he's trying to explain it to this guy, so. Now that the burn is gone, I do feel a difference in my sinuses. I have the worst sinuses in the world, you guys, the worst. Oh, these? These, I can use them to, they're charges. They charge up over time, and then I can use this ability. But once I use one, I have to wait for it to recharge again. So I use it for this ability, which is, yeah. This is a gauge. This is my, Lily gauge, and I charge those up to be able to use Afflatus Salus, and eventually Afflatus Rapture, which is an AoE instant cast. So, and it takes, like I said, you start off the battle, when you start off like, if you start a dungeon or whatever, you don't have any, so you have to wait and they charge up, and they eventually, you can get 3 charged up. I could, like, use three of them, like, right now, but, I kind of save them until I need them. And eventually, once I use them, I can charge up a Blood Lily that I can use for big AoE damage, but that's a little bit later. It's a little later. I guess you could call these kind of like a resource. There's kind of a resource for these abilities. Okay, so they're really really going into a lot of explanation here. Let's just kill this guy. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. If Orion dies, I'll just res him. Alright, yes, I'm ready. I think I'm gonna buy some more stuff on Steam later today. I think I'm going to. Because, our, electric bill has gone down since we stopped using, using the AC because it's getting cooler. So I have extra money. Timer? I don't know if there's timer.
Yeah. Yeah. How'd you like these?
Oh, don't look at him, don't look at him.
Sloppy. I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy.
See, now I used one of those, and now one of the little gems are gone. And it's charging up now.
I have you now.
Oh boy, we gotta go.
Yeah. How'd you like these? Yeah! Sloppy.
Shut up! Stop calling me sloppy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now they gotta break me out, so I can't do anything. He's got me shackled.
Yeah. Yeah. Sloppy. Yeah. I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For Alamigo! I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like these?
Oh man. Come on! Before this explodes!
Yeah!
Oh good. Oh my god, they did it. Yep, we did it. Whew. Alright, let's give the comm to Orion. Because he's a new guy. I like giving him to the Sprouts. No. We've got to, we gotta get the post-dungeon cutscene, so. I don't need those. Alright, let's get out of here.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea.
What? Wrenches? Fuck's sake, why didn't I kill him
They
before?
die that others may live.
This fucker too. Yu Hase.
Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells! Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
Oh no! They're just getting tossed all over. Okay, you guys need to be running the other way. Run the other way. Oh shit. Yes, Rip.
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
Oh man. I think that spider was dancing. It looked like it was dancing. It was happy. It was like, I got one. I got 12.
Gods help us! What were we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful. Mighty Ralker, grant us the strength to crush our...
Oh no, you know what this means. You know what this means. Exactly! Exactly, you know.
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
Of course.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Illbird. I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leveilleur.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
I think he's insane.
What exactly do you mean to do?
He just told you.
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power!
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all!
Get crazy. Well, that happened. A lot of dead bodies. Oh my god. Oh god. Shit. What is with that, like... Ugh. That face.
This light, is it...
His death completed the ritual. The primal is taking shape.
Well, can't we stop it? There must be something we can do!
There is one thing.
What? Hey! Where do you think you're going?
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Ah, Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Tipsamati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalimo! I know how that spell works!
Oh boy.
It is time to leave!
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I!
No, Ida! There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here, not like this! Take her! Please, you have to take her!
What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
Oh, it's gonna die. I gotta trust him though. We're leaving. He's doing what he has to do. I respect that.
Hilda! I think he means now!
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
Why do characters keep dying? How many more must we lose? I understand only too well their desire to reclaim one's homeland, but I cannot condone such slaughter. It had been explained to me what that light represents, and I have ordered our forces to stand ready. It seems we can do little else but wait. Every Ishgardian gets taught that the Sea of Clouds churns in the grip of the warring elements of water and wind. Enough to tear you apart, they say. No one's ever gone to the bottom of the abyss and lived to tell the tale. So how did that bastard manage to get his hands on Nidog's eyes? Hippolymo knew what he was doing. I could not refuse him. No. Daedally Mazid is gone. He's gone. He's gone. He's been fridged. Yes, and you will see he has been fridged. Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Papalymo was my friend. I should have been there with him. Yeah, look up the definition of fridged. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what had to be done. Master Louis Soir wore that same look right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, all right? I know! There's nothing more you could have done. Ilbert caught us all off guard. Even Rizlin was powerless to stop him. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papalymo strove to protect, or the lessons he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Leave Ida with me. Go on. Go back to the Rising Stones. The others need to know what happened here. Well, okay. But just swap a female and a male character in this sense, okay? He was fridged. He was fridged for Ida, okay? I know, but I'm just swapping it around. Damn it. It's over, Papalymo. It's all over. Leave her be. Nothing you can say will console her now. Oh, yeah. Okay. Once again, I find myself at a loss for words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones and apprise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I will send word to Y'shtola and the others of our imminent return. Why does everyone look so grim? Has something happened? Say something for heaven's sake. Twould seem you bring ill tidings, brother. Aye. Behind the griffin's mask we found the grinning face of an old adversary. Ilbert. I know not how, but he had in his possession the eyes of Nidhogg, whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual, even as we looked on. By the 12. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's ether. No one, not even grandfather, could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort, as I am certain Papalymo was aware. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. I have as yet been unable to explain how Ilbert came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind expected ether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. It wasn't the Buttians. It wasn't. Well, maybe it was. And mayhap it was the work of an Asian. Damn it! Damn it, BB-10! But now is not the time for idle speculation. Kryl, I have need of your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. I know he did see the cutscene. I forgot. It's been a week. Understood. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much through the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then. What? Without so much as a by or leave? Pray forgive Archon Y'shtola her brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of the will to act. A desire to comfort Idas doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in mine own way. By thy leave, Lady Alice, I shall honor our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exist writings which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be a poor tribute to Papalymo's sacrifice. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilbert's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased at too dear a price for us to squander it. It is very true, Alfino. It is very true. Meanwhile. Oh, there is no meanwhile. Just wait. You're gonna see it a lot. Meanwhile in Garlemald, or meanwhile at the Imperial Palace. I love it. It's my favorite. My own grief is as a crushing weight upon my heart. And when I think of what Ida must be feeling, Papalymo's sacrifice cannot be in vain. We will find the means to deal with this primal. All I want to do is weep. Right now, we need to hold back the tears and do what must be done. That we do, Tataru. Ah, Rislin, I wish I had more to tell you, but the situation in the East Shroud remains largely unchanged. Meaning we still have no idea how long it will be before... Communication from the Alliance. One moment. Yes, of course. Our representatives will be present. My thanks. Word from Gridania. The council will shortly be reconvened. The Alliance leaders have already begun to assemble. They wish to discuss the primal, of course. As of Y'shtola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall, unchanged. Yes. But the Elder Seatseer doubtless shares our concerns about how long it will remain so. I am told that Cid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to the proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Tataru's capable hands, and make haste for the Lotus Stand. Alright, back to Gridania. Where are we on the... Oh.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place. It is within the realm of Eorzea.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
Can't help but join him in laughter.
Though, it would perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
Somebody get this man a sake. And some sushi. Yeah, some sushi. Some nigiri.
Good, man. Are you all right?
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Curious that Ariane J is there. No, actually, it's nothing. He was heading back to the Viking Sands anyways. Alright. Alright, so we are now on the obvious solution, which is... Okay, so it'll probably... we'll just get into Stormblood, but we won't be able to start it just yet, but... No, that's not Yukiri's dad. No, it is not. She's an Aura, and he is not an Aura, so... Remember, she's a dragon, half dragon or whatever. Part dragon. Welcome, Warrior of Light. This way, if you please. Oh, Emrick's there. I love how I'm always the last one to arrive. Fashionably late. No! It's Kani-sana.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
It's because she's a Pagel. Hey, Zen.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken.
I hope you had a good nap. Or were you sleeping for the evening? I have no idea.
After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
Oh boy.
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment. Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
Well, I can handle it, right? I am the Warrior of Light.
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
What?
What in the hells are you doing here?
Let the man in.
Pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
What do you want, Nero?
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Boy. I love his smile.
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartano since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity.
I love how he's bragging about this in front of everybody, when that was like the worst thing, and he's like, "This is I'm so great," you know?
And as luck would have it, I'm graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Oh, stop it. Kiss and make up, you guys.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
Omega is but a tool. How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartano while you continue your petty squabbles above, Then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
Well, no. But I'll keep an eye on him. Poor Sid.
As will I. I don't like it, but then it doesn't look like we have much choice.
This is the beginning of much, much frustration for him.
Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
Poor Nero. Nobody trusts him.
We should be happy to oblige. The politics of Carteneau being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
Oh, great.
My blade is yours.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
If I didn't know any better, I think that Nero is really, really enjoying this. He's like really enjoying this. Yes, exactly. Well, that was a rather unexpected development, and one which raises a number of questions, not least among them how Nero chanced to learn of the council meeting in the first place. Similarly, the others are assembling at the airship landing. Alice is already on her way, and it would not do to lag too far behind. Let us be off. Airship landing. Oh my god, hold on, I gotta find what's going on. What? What did you see up? What are you crying about, Pat? Come on. Nixia! Don't die! No, that was Anixia. Because the husband is in bed because he's got a cold, so he's taking a nap, and Anixia's downstairs. She wants him downstairs. She's like, it's in the day. Why isn't Daddy down here? And so she starts crying because she wants him to come down. Where is everyone? Rislin, Alphino, ready to go? The others have stepped out onto the landing for a moment, lest you wonder. Nero insisted that he be allowed to inspect the Excelsior before boarding. And you let him? Despite his very timely offer of assistance, thought of the man poking about in the workings of the airship without proper supervision does not fill me with confidence. Calm yourself, Alphino. Your sister was adamant that he would never leave her sight. She and Yugiri are... well, here they are now. Right, I think that's everyone. Shall I set course for Cartano? Might I ask that we delay our departure slightly? I require no more than a few hours at most. Our colleagues are studying the cocoon even as we speak, and I would hear their latest observations ere we proceed. It would seem wise to gain as clear an understanding of the situation as possible before formulating our plan. Oh? I thought time was against us. How foolish of me. Hold your tongue. When we want your opinion, we'll ask for it. Forgive me, my lady. I shall keep my counsel until such time as you have finished procrastinating. I'm sorry, I love Nero. I love him. All right. While Alphino speaks with his colleagues, I shall fly the Excelsior over to Mordona, and we can reconvene at the Rising Stones. And apologies for the trouble. I shall visit Y'shtola and the others forthwith, and join you as soon as I am able. Rislin, pray accompany Alice back to the Rising Stones. I should feel safer knowing you were present to entertain our guest. Right. Everyone heading to Mordona is welcome to travel aboard the Excelsior. I'll clear things with the girl at the counter here. Let her know when you're ready to leave. That was my chance to do some Steve shopping, yes, while he's sleeping. You are traveling with Mr. Garland, miss. The Enterprise Excelsior is right this way. What manner of airship has no private cabins? Then again, I suppose Garland had to find somewhere to stow his half-baked inventions. I do not care for that man. I can tell, she's just staring at him. She's just, like, not letting him out of her sight. Strange though it may seem, Nero's former loyalties do not trouble me. But I can see why people are loath to lower their guard around him. Not quite a door-to-door service, but I couldn't exactly land her in the Toll's main square. Shall we adjourn to the Rising Stones, then? I know, I'm lazy. I'm just porting in there. I'm not even messing with it. You must be careful, old friend. The walking weapons of Alag were expressly designed to subdue primals, but men like Gaius will always seek to use them against mankind. It falls to us to ensure that Omega is never employed as a weapon of war. In the wrong hands, it would be bad. One was created to capture Bahamut, and the other to surpass him. Which will prove the stronger, I wonder. Fear not, I shall keep a close eye on our new ally. She just keeps staring at him. I love you, Carrie. She's great. I know Nero's a guest here, but we don't exactly have the happiest history with the Empire, do we? So my question to you is, do I offer him tea? Yes, Tataru, yes, you can offer him tea.
So these are the fabled headquarters of the Scions. I confess I would have expected an order of self-proclaimed warrior scholars to surround themselves with the fruits of man's enlightenment. And yet there's not so much as a single piece of magitech in sight. It never ceases to amaze me how primitive you Eorzeans truly are.
Oh, God.
Oh, I'll have you know that the Rising Stones is home to the very latest in Magitech innovation. Wedge calls it the Mark 14 Thermocoil Boilmaster, and it's the finest kettle I've ever had the pleasure to own.
Totaro. I don't think you're making a good impression.
We are returned. Well, Ida and I, at least. Ishtola and the others remain behind to continue their assessment of the binding magic.
There didn't seem much point staying just for that, so I decided to come back with Alphino. Papalimo bought us this time. We shouldn't waste it.
By your leave!
I like how everything stops.
God, that voice could fell a gigas.
I like how everything stops, including the music.
This is the Rising Stones, domicile of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I enter at the invitation of one Lord Urianger. I spy you there, Shadow Walker. You always were a hard one to find.
Yugiri, do you know this man?
Gosetsu! Why are you come to Eorzea?
Alright, hold on. Somebody made a really nasty crap. I gotta cover it up. Who? Oh, it was Chewy. I know it. Oh my god, Cat. What are you doing? Oh. Sorry. It's bad. It's freaking caustic. Where's the spray? Oh, fuck. Where did they put the spray? Oh my god, I can't find the freaking spray. Oh, there it is. Oh my god. It's your fault, Chewy. I know it. Yeah, a gift for me. Alright, that's better. Now it smells... now it smells like cinnamon and apples.
In search of you, Yugiri. For days and nights did I row across the angry sea. I made port in good spirits, only for my own flesh to betray me over the trifling matter of an empty belly. Collapsed in the street like an unfed stray I was, until Lord Urianger came to my aid. Over a most welcome meal, we spoke of the plight of Doma, and I learned of our displaced countrymen's work to resettle this blighted land. 'Twas blind fortune that I was able to locate you so swiftly. But now we must make ready to depart. Our master languishes in dire peril, and Doma calls her daughter home.
It is not so simple, Gosetsu. There are obligations which bind me here.
You refuse? Did you mislay your oath during your flight from our homeland? The laws of hospitality must be honored, but surely the vow to defend your master demands the greater obeisance.
It was our master who bid me guide our people to safe haven by any means necessary. And it was the Scions you see before you who provided us succor and sanctuary when all others refused. Dire peril or no, were I to return without first repaying such hospitality, our master would cut me down at the threshold.
Mayhap that is so.
There is more. A crisis threatens all within this realm, Eorzean and Doman alike, and I go to play my part in its resolution. I will not bring shame upon our liege by abandoning my people or my duty.
How very noble of you. Now, in the name of honor, kinship, and, yes, practicality, might I suggest we get this expedition underway? Or would you rather debate the finer points of duty and leave Omega to the Empire?
The Empire? You, Giddy? You draw steel against the curse of Garlemald? Then why did you not say so? My blade is oath-bound to fall upon the ranks of the Imperials wheresoever they march. Lead on, Shadow Walker, and may the enemy tremble at our coming.
He's, that's your outdoor voice, Gosetsu. Use indoor voices. He's got a set of lungs on him. Rislin, wait! Could I speak to you for a moment? Do you remember when I had you meet me at the Diamond Forge and we, ambushed you? Well, once we had your measurements, I set to work making you a traveling outfit in my spare time. I've only just this moment finished the stitching, but I wanted you to have it before you left. Here. You can try it on right now if you'd like. Yes, it's a new outfit. I already got it, but yeah. It's kind of cool when you randomly get like new outfits and stuff like that. For glamours. Why am I wearing a monocle? Assuming we've measured correctly, the fit should be just right. Snug, but not too snug, if you know what I mean. So, how does it feel? I like this jacket. I use it in a lot of different outfits. You're not just saying that, are you? Oh, I can't tell how much you like. I can't tell you how much this means to me. To have crafted something worthy of the Warrior of Light is, well, let's just say it makes all the practice worthwhile. I also sewed in a blood pearl charm to, bring you home. May it always protect you. She is going nuts today, that cat. Just the two unexpected guests, then. Well, still, I suspect that each will prove useful in his own way. I'm now British, yeah. I don't know if I have any, let me see. Oh, I can't do glamour plates here. How dare he mock the science like that? If I had to sew a set of traveling clothes for him, I just might forget to take out the pins. Never did I think to hear Gosetsu's voice echo through these halls. My blade shall carve a path through the Empire's ranks as a scythe fells stalks of wheat. Alright, alright. Truly, I had no idea Domans could be so loud. He and Yugiri could hardly be more different. Oh, I think he's going to fit right in. The Mark 14 Thermocoil Boiler Master. Dear me, how risible must the previous 13 iterations have been? I could design a more efficient water heater in the time it took that ill-conceived lump to become lukewarm. You know what? Hero, just simmer down, simmer down. Alright. So we have to wake Amigo up, right? When do we start? Ida, are you sure that's... I'm sure, yes. I won't lie and say I'm completely fine, but I'll feel a lot better if I'm doing something useful. Very well. I will remain here and continue coordinating our efforts with the Alliance. Alphino, maybe you could return to Redania and assist Ishtola and Kryl. Fine suggestion. The rest of us will form the Cartano Expedition Party. Nero and I will focus on rousing Omega, while Rizlan, Ida, and our Doman friends take care of the security. Fucking Gosetsu. The Excelsior is by the lake just outside town. We'll leave as soon as everyone is ready. Yes, simmer down. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad you got it. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, we're actually almost done with this patch. So, yep. Oh, what's this? Soon, Omega, soon. I will see you rise again. Gosetsu is an accomplished swordsman. Should it come to battle, he will prove a staunch ally. Would that I could say the same for Nero. She's like really got it. She's just got like a thing against Nero. Will this contraption truly bear us through the skies? Yes, it will, Gosetsu. Yes, it will. I was a bit lost for a while back there, but I'll be fine. Trust me. We haven't far to go. With any luck, we'll be in Cartano before Gosetsu graces the deck of his dinner. Once there, however, we had best be on our guard, given that Elaine Wayu was still active when Omega was discovered. We can be sure that the Empire has long been aware of its existence, and if Nero deemed it the obvious solution to the threat posed by this new primal, it is not impossible that Garlemald might do the same. Have your weapons ready and your wits about you. Something tells me we're flying into a fight. Oh boy. Yeah, fine. Screw it, I'll do it as a white mage.
Now, where was that? Ah! I've enabled the teleporter. One brief jump and we shall arrive in Omega's control room.
How convenient. You've been here before.
Of course. It was no easy task threading a path through all the skirmishes. But how could I ignore the existence of such a fascinating toy? You may trust that my preliminary examination was suitably thorough.
Trust? Aye. I trust your appetite for technology.
I chased down a suspect airship, and who should I find but the traitor, Sid Garland. Searching for something, engineer? Something big? It's close, isn't it? It's like all my name days have come at once.
For all the scouts the Empire could have sent. Take care of that brute, will you?
God damn it. Can't let Nero tinker around in there by himself. I'm sorry to leave you to it, but I dare say you'll manage without me. This clod has no idea who he's dealing with.
I am Gosetsu. Samurai of Doma, you will rue your choice of opponent this day.
Okay, let's do it. While Anixia's freaking out behind me. Okay.
You watching, Papalymo?
Leave this to me.
I have you.
It's actually gonna be nice to actually start getting new abilities.
It's all over now.
New abilities. So I've been stuck with the same ones for a while now.
Your defense is lacking.
Oh, this guy's gonna take forever.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
This one'll sting.
You may get new abilities. I have them on my bar, but they're not opened up. But I will get new abilities because
It's my right to strike!
As I level.
No holding back.
I get a oh shit. I get a bubble, like that'll prevent damage. Can't wait until I get that one. Surrender! We have you outnumbered! Oh, I have to voice act this. Yeah, but it scales me down. Wouldn't be the first time. Are you still playing with those soldiers? I suppose I can lend you one of my toys, but only if you promise to give it back. It's not Maggie, though. Behold, the Red Baron. Now end this nonsense. I like my... What the... No one told me they'd have Magitech armor! Forward! For the Empire! The honorless cur thinks to abandon his men. I shall see that he shares their fate. Pray attend to the rest of his minions. Alright,
no holding back.
What do I do? I don't know what to do.
With soul and steel!
Let's kill these guys.
You watching, Papalymo?
Your defense is lacking.
I have you.
This one'll sting.
Oh, come on. Too many of them.
Look upon a samurai of Doma!
It's all over now.
No retreat. No surrender.
to strike!
Oh, come on. Am I done? Say duty complete. Come on, duty complete. Oh well. They abandoned him. Uh-oh. Oh, we gotta work.
No holding back!
An opening.
With soul and steel!
You watching, Papalimo?
Yeah, he was like, come back, please.
Your defense is lacking.
I have you!
This will sting.
Leave this to me.
Can somebody use like a limit break? Come on, send us. Seen the last of you haven't seen the last of me. Mark my words. It'll be you who rues this day. And he runs off.
Temporal stasis disengaged. All systems operational. Garland?
All clear on this side. It's waking up.
Remarkable. Omega sensors immediately detected the presence of the cocoon, even at this distance. They must have been set to scan for sources of energy exceeding certain magnitudes.
I still don't see any means to control the machine directly. It seems to have been designed to act wholly autonomously.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Once we release Omega, we can be fairly certain it will attempt to capture the Primal at Belsar's Wall. Assuming its mission is successful, our only option at that point will be to re-engage its stasis system and put it back to sleep.
And should the machine happen to misbehave, we'll simply initiate an emergency shutdown. I confess we don't yet have a complete grasp of its capabilities, but I'm certain the details will not elude us for long.
Well, I understood less than half of that. So, my question to you is, are we doing the right thing?
Me? Well, is there any other way?
I suppose not. All right. Step aside, Sid. Is this the thing I need to press?
Yes, that's the one.
Why is Ida doing it? Oh, because of Papalimo, maybe? I don't know.
You gave too much for us to waste this chance, Papalimo. So this is for you. And me.
Uh-oh. Red. You know what red means.
Yes! Fly free, my pretty! Show us what you can do.
The launch sequence has begun. Omega is loose.
I suspect this is a kaiju fight. Oh yes, definitely. Gonna be a battle of the beams? It's gonna be a battle of the beams. Oh yes, you know it. Was that supposed to happen? I'm not sure. This looks bad. A little bit. Oh. Looks like they're blasting off again.
Huh? Omega has stopped transmitting. But that shouldn't be. I didn't engage the stasis system.
And what does this signify? I have little understanding of these contrivances.
The launch went exactly to plan, but all signals emanating from Omega have ceased. This may indicate any number of things, but we will need to join the Scions out in the field if we are to ascertain which one.
Right. I've ordered a malfunctioning beast to go to sleep. That should prevent any unfortunate mishaps. I suggest we make our way back to Gridania.
Yeah, but what about the primal? Why did her Scion?
Omega destroyed the cocoon. Papalymo's spell is fading. It was bound to his ether, you see. And if the connection is broken...
Her Scion's tattoo's gone. When do I get a Scion tattoo? I am a Scion, right? Not sure why we lost contact with Omega, but I mean to find out. Let's be on our way. I came as soon as I heard the Excelsior had been spotted on its approach. One moment everything was functioning perfectly and the next it wasn't. It makes no sense. We need to see what happened for ourselves, and soon. Words can ill express how glad I am to see you all unharmed. When Omega came hurtling towards the cocoon, everything dissolved into chaos. I have to see it. I have to see it with my own eyes. Ida, wait! We must first... The Elder Seedseer is expecting us. Worry not, Alphino. Gosetsu and I will watch over her. You may safely attend your meeting. My thanks, Yugiri. The council reconvened a short while ago. Let us make haste for the Lotus Stand. All there are eager to hear your testimony. Alright, off to the Lotus Stand it is. I think this is the last quest of the expansion, and then it is into Stormblood. The Elder Seedseer awaits you within. Of course, and I'm gonna be the last one there because I'm always coming in fashionably late. Another calamity averted, eh? How many times now have you and yours hauled us back from the brink? 'Twould seem Garland's little friend was as good as his word. Had I not instructed you to throw Nidog's accursed eyes into the abyss, all of this might have been avoided. I thought them beyond reach. Yeah, well, you know what they say about hindsight, Amric. My friends, full eagerly have we awaited your return. Few indeed could have discharged the duty entrusted to you, and most humbly do we thank you for seeing it done. You are too kind, Elder Seedseer. As I recall, we as good as demanded the right to try. But tell me, how did the battle unfold? We succeeded in waking Omega Eye, but we lost contact with the weapon shortly after it launched. From our position in the control room, we were blind to all that followed. What words could do justice to such a scene? None of my choosing, that much is certain. But I can give you the facts. The cocoon hatched even as Omega arrived, and from its midst rose a great dragon. The pair duly set about each other in the skies over Garabania. The primal's might defied belief. It seemed the very heavens would be rent asunder by the force of its blows, and it wielded such magics as I have never seen, and hope never to see again. The battle raged on with no end in sight until both combatants were engulfed in a blinding flash of light. When the radiance faded, I saw the pair fall motionless from the sky, coming to rest somewhere in Alamegan's soil. I will not speak for the rest, but to my eye it seemed that each had landed a fatal blow upon the other. While most among us could think only of Bahamut when looking upon the primal's form, the domens we heard to whisper the name Shinryu. It would appear that the being resembles a creature of Far Eastern legend, and we have found it convenient to refer to it as such. This Shinryu's fate, and indeed that of Omega, is yet unknown. We have, alas, no eyes on the Garabanian side of the border. Aye, which is why we have sent our main force under the command of Marshal Tarapin to capture the wall. With the Imperials in disarray, we have the perfect opportunity to secure Gridania's border and assess the aftermath of the impact. I myself will join the Marshal and his men when the council is adjourned. Well, that explains a few things. I'll wager that flash of light coincided with our loss of contact. Lest you wonder, we quickly re-engaged Omega's stasis systems, so even if it has fallen into the Empire's lap, it will be of no use to them, save perhaps as a statue. Correct. Without me to guide their efforts, it would take them decades to decipher Omega's core functions, if they managed it at all. Such reassurances do much to calm our fears, yet the relic's fate is but one of several concerns. Indeed, I humbly submit that the time has come for us to make contact with the resistance representatives in Garabania. Though Ilberd has forced our hand, it would seem only logical to seek an alliance, given the inevitability of Imperial retaliation. And by working in concert, it is not impossible that Alamigo might finally be wrested from Garlemald's grasp. Hindsight is but, really? Really? Oh boy. This operation to take the wall will be Ishgard's first military action under the Alliance banners. Though I have no appetite for bloodshed, a part of me is glad of the chance to begin reparations for our past inaction. I go to oversee operations at Baelsar's wall. You have done your part. Leave us to handle the initial Imperial reprisal and rest while you may. Pray accept my humblest and most earnest thanks, once again, Warrior of Light. Had Shinryu been suffered to roam free, the Twelveswood would surely have been laid waste. When the primal emerged, I was for an instant transported back to Cartano, to the moment the Black Worm made an eighth hell of the battlefield. Gladly would I live out the rest of my days without seeing such a sight again. If, as seems likely we put Omega into stasis after... what did they call it? Ah, yes, after Shinryu was defeated. We should have little to fear from either of them. Oh, for now. I should very much like to see this Shinryu creature for myself. Of course you would, Nero. You must be exhausted. I would ordinarily suggest that we retire directly to the Rising Stones. But I wonder if we might first make a small detour. Y'shtola and the others have gathered at Amarasai's spire, and I imagine that you too would be interested to see what has become of the wall now that the cocoon is gone. It is decided then. Meet on. Okay. Back to the spire. Right. No trace of the cocoon remains. 'Tis as if it never existed. Oh, thank the 12. After witnessing Omega's single-minded onslaught, I had visions of you being trapped between it and its target. Hardly the most rational concern, I concede, but if you had seen what I saw...
My friends, I cannot well express how glad I am to see you both unharmed. They say that Omega's clash with the Primal shook the very firmament.
You need not have worried. The battle took place far above the ground. We were able to observe in relative safety, though I'm given to understand that there were casualties on the far side of the wall.
It was like watching a nightmare unfold before our very eyes. Ilburd's primal manifested in the form of a colossal dragon, a being of pure violence. It burst forth from the cocoon with such terrible force.
That such a horror should spring from the eyes of Nidhogg comes as no surprise. Nor do I wonder at its form. Ilberd all but announced it in the moments prior to his death. Plainly, it was his dying wish to visit a second calamity upon the Empire.
And I am quite certain the abomination would have obliged had it not found itself outmatched by Omega. Gods! I am no stranger to the works of Alag, but even I was unprepared for the machine's furiosity. It beggared belief.
And how fares poor Ida in the midst of all this? Have you spoken with her?
She is up on the platform, lost in thought. We deemed it best not to disturb her, but mayhap she would welcome some company after all. Shall we?
The light's gone. It was all we had left of him.
Ida.
I don't blame anyone. I knew what was going to happen. I knew the spell Papalimo meant to cast would drain away his life force. I knew that it would only buy us a little time.
He died a hero, though. He did. How did she fit all her hair under that?
Ida, there is no need to explain.
But there is. I can't hide in Papalimo's little shadow anymore, and I shouldn't hide behind my sister's mask. 20 years ago, on the day the Empire marched into Alamigo, I was still just a child, not even 5 summers old. My father had been one of the leaders of the revolution. He had fought to overthrow the Mad King, Theodoric. And my sister had fought alongside him. But she was strong and kind, and always knew what to do. But when the Garleans came, everything changed. My father went to war against them too. And I never saw him again. After that, I remember a lot of running. My sister dragged me for malms and malms until we came to the city of Charlian. That was where she met Master Louis Soir. He introduced her to the Circle of Knowing, and she eventually became an Archon.
She was your inspiration. Is that not why you took up her mask and her name? Or did you simply mean to continue what she had started?
You've known all along, haven't you? That I wasn't Ida.
Of course. We all recognized you at once. 'Twas Papalimo who persuaded us to maintain the charade.
It was silly to think I could fool you. I knew that even then, but I sort of decided not to know.
I know, right? Okay, let it be known from thenceforth, I'm not a fan of this character. And I'm very mad that Papalimo had to die so that she could flourish. Yes, Papalimo was fridged.
Ida died 6 years ago, on a mission to smuggle refugees out of Alamigo. They say she was overwhelmed by Imperial soldiers when she stayed behind to save a little girl. She was so strong. There must have been a lot of them.
Why did you never tell me?
I'm sorry for lying to you. My real name is Lise. When Papalimo brought me Ida's mask, it was meant as a keepsake, but I decided I wanted to be his new partner, to keep alive all the good that she had done. I didn't want to become Ida, exactly. At the time, though, I still didn't know who I was myself, and it almost seemed easier to play the role. Papalimo agreed to help, of course, but it was never what he wanted for me. He wanted me to walk my own path, and those were his final words to me. The Archon's mark he gave me is faded, and my last excuse along with it. So this is it. Whatever I choose to do from now on, I do as Lise. And I choose to continue my family's fight. I want Alamigo to be the country that Ida and my father always wanted it to be.
Fine. God. Whatever. Come on. Let's see some Zenos. Come on.
War is upon us once more.
Let's get some Zenos action going.
Do you regret standing against the Empire? Would you have chosen a different road, knowing what you know now?
To claim that I never doubted the decision would be a lie. But I made my choice, and I have defended it with blade in hand ever since.
The battle continues, and our steel is needed. Come, Shadow Walker, we leave for the east, for Doma.
No, you don't understand. Zenos is not husbando material at all. Actually, I want him to chill the fuck out. That's what I seriously, like, chill the fuck out, Zenos. You'll understand why. You'll understand. It was brave of Lise to remove her mask after so long. Although she has scarce begun to come to terms with Papalimo's loss, that one act made plain her determination to move forward. And should she ever falter, We shall be there to support her on this road she has resolved to walk. Let us return to the Rising Stones. We have quite a story to tell to Taro and my sister. That we do. Wait, are we getting credits? I think we're getting credits. This is the third version. This is the third Heavensward credits. Didn't we get the one at the end of 3.0? We got one at 3.3, and then now we're getting one at 3.5. Okay, well, we're done with Heavensward. I like this song, though. It's a good song. And it was actually composed by Nobuo Uematsu, who is the father of Final Fantasy music. He is. He was the main composer for several years. I think all the way through Final Fantasy IX. And then they ended up bringing in other composers for 10 going on. But I guess he kind of retired. But, yeah. This is a very pretty song. Stephen Critchclow, so sad. That was Papa Four Toms. He did his voice actor actually passed just recently. He died recently, and everybody was very, very sad. And actually, people in the game were like going outside of Four Tom Manor and like as in a memorial type thing, honoring his memory. It was actually very cool. There were people with like little fires out there, and he was a great voice actor, I just have to say. Yes, it happened, and I actually seen it in the game, and it was very, very sad. We're never gonna get his wonderful voice acting again. Alright, let's get out of here. Let's get this. See if it picked up where... Yeah, we did. Okay, so here we go. Oh, you should have seen the look on Tataru's face when I recounted Lisa's... I realize in retrospect that I should perhaps have waited for you to return. I, also told Alice. Apologies. Oh boy. Oh, who's this? Lady Flamen. I sent her outside to enjoy a quiet cup of tea. Much has happened these past moons, and we all can use a rest every now and again. Oh boy. Should the Archons be called away to Garabania, whew, it will fall to us to deal with the Science's usual obligations, and, we must remain in, peak condition. A fine showing, brother, but you have yet to outpace Aenor. I made a fool of myself on our last mission, but I will show him what I'm made of. Come on, Hori. Is that the best you've got? Oh god, I'm gonna hyperventilate here. My sister has the most curious ideas about courtship. Oh god. Oh man, that huffing and puffing's making me lightheaded. Alright, let's start this. You may have mentioned, but Alphino has apprised me of all that came to pass in Gridania. Your only task now is to rest. This is the calm before the storm. Lisa's chosen her path, and as her friends, we must do what we can to support that choice. We are fated to join the conflict in any case. Once the Alliance has taken the wall and opened the way to Garabania, we will have little choice but to fight. Which is not to say the cause is unworthy. After all, ignoring the plight of those whom one might conceivably save is not wisdom but indolence, correct? I, for one, would look forward to joining hands with the Alamegans and striking a blow against the tyranny of the Empire, as I rather suspect do you. I do. Yeah, there was a little huffing and puffing. I think I was a little too much huffing and puffing. Oh boy. Quick march! The Imperials will soon come to their senses, and we must be ready to face their retribution. It is almost time, Father. Aye, almost. Stand firm, Pippin. I learned to brace myself against the charge of the Bull of Alamigo. No foe will dislodge me. Very well, Ilberd. I will take back our homeland. For the both of us. Yes! Meanwhile, in Garlemald, my favorite. Very bored. Very. My lord Viceroy, our scouts have confirmed the preliminary reports. Baelsol's wall has fallen to the Eorzean Alliance. The hunt for Omega and the unknown icon continues, though both yet elude us. My lord, their battle caused considerable damage across the region. Should we perchance divert some of our forces from the search to undertake necessary reconstruction work? Forgive me, my lord. I did not intend. Your will be done. You didn't say anything. Unknown. My spies tell me the Domans call it Shinryu, and that it proved a match for Omega. Yes. The coming days promise to be most interesting. Most interesting. Oh, just you wait. You're gonna love this guy. At the far edge of fate, the road begins anew. The heroes look to eastern skies and behold their crimson hue. A dawn of liberation, a gathering storm of blood.